Everybody else is going to take you forward, I'm going to take you backwards. No matter where you go, there you are. Where is that? How do we get to where we are in the year 2018? I'm going to take you back to a time that many of you won't remember or weren't around then. My dad always told me, don't take a fence down until you know why it was put up. He said, you might meet a dog you didn't want to meet. You might figure something out. So every time you decide to change something, try to remember how you got there before you effectuate that change. It may save you some stress and disasters in the future. I've always said we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us to reach for our goals. So I want to take you back into a time, my time. I'm 42 years in this industry, 42 years of trying to establish things that had to happen. And all of the things that came about, I want you to understand, were solutions to existing problems. And you'll see that as we go forward. Our industry is all about change. That cocoon represents what we were, the butterfly represents what we can be and what we have become. And I am so proud of this industry for how some of us have accepted the changes. Please understand that I realize now more than ever that if there are 35,000 collision repair shops in this industry today, there are probably 3,000 of them that are doing it the correct way, and 32,000 of them that need to be enlightened. I share that with you because it's a huge concern. The safety of our customer resides in the fact that the other 32,000 have to get to the table, okay? Now I understand that the only entity in the world that likes change, anybody know what that entity is? What's the only entity in the world that likes change? It's a baby with a wet diaper. The rest of us, we fight it. But ideas do collide. And that's what this is about this morning. 10 minutes to talk about where we're going to go. I'm here to talk about where we've been. We've been through 5 major revolutions, and the 6th one is on our doorstep right now. Our industry back in 1979 was confronted with what we call the Uni-Body Vehicle, the X-car. And all of a sudden, all of the repair methodology changed. We had to retrain, retool, re-equip everything in our shop, from the front office all the way through to our technicians. We had a car that all of a sudden, when it got hit in the left front fender, there was effects in the right rear quarter panel. I used to think every shop owner had a fetish when they rubbed their hand over the fender. I didn't realize they were looking for hidden dents or wrinkles in the car. iCar came out of this revolution as a training solution to that problem. The revolution that followed it immediately was our paint systems. We used to buy or order a 2-pack of paint, 2 cans that were delivered that afternoon so we could paint the car the next day based on the color code of that car. Axel Nobel took several study tours to Europe, to Germany, to show us paint systems and how we could have the system in our own shop, and we could move from there to what we had. And now today, we have paint mixing systems in our shops that track VOCs and every other aspect of our painting, orders paint for us automatically, et cetera, et cetera. It was a tremendous revolution. Shortly thereafter was the computerization of our industry. And I look out there and I know the new millennials, they can't imagine that we used to write estimates by hand. Okay? Estimating the front office. We went into customer management. And when I say front office, in my time, it was rare that you found a collision shop that had a customer reception area. When you went looking for an estimate, you walked into the shop, literally walked into the shop, stepping over rolled paintballs and tape balls, and looking for the guy that's going to write the estimate. And half the time he was pissed off because you've interrupted him trying to do his work, and you know, what do you want, and that type of thing. And on now, we have reception areas that look like, you know, the Taj Mahal, and we need them because we are customer service oriented, safety consultants. Then we went into management and that customer focus. There was the management workshop in 1983 that was developed, the 3 of Arms workshop, that taught shop owners to quit working in their business and start working on their business. Huge revolution there. We told them to put a big red stripe on the door that went from the office to the shop and remind themselves that every time they stepped over that red stripe, they were no longer working on their business, they were working in it. And that management revolution literally turned this industry around. We went from technicians to business owners to business managers. And that was important. It was really important. And then, of course, the insurance revolution. That started in the mid-'80s. It's still continuing. It's the adversary versus partner relationship. Do I set up DRPs? Do I go to certification? What do I do? And that revolution is ongoing. I'm laughing because when we first formed the Auto Body Association in the state of Washington, a shop owner who was a very good mentor of mine said to me, the day I can write an estimate, repair the car, get paid, and get the car back to the customer without any interference from any outside source, we don't need you anymore. And he's right. But we are here still today with the same set of issues, and we still work day to day to try to eliminate the friction in our industry. And again, today's revolution, it's information. And where you're going to get that information. And this revolution better never stop. This is the revolution that is going to keep us in focus on the most important thing in the industry. And that is our customer and the safety of that customer. We have to sleep at night. We have to know that the car returned to its pre-loss condition and all the systems work. All the sensors work. And again, there are over 30,000 shops out there that don't even understand the concept that when you replace a side mirror on a car or a door handle on a car, you have upset 5 or 6 sensors in that car that are important to the safety of that passenger. And they don't even know it. We got to get them to the table, okay? A long time ago, a guy walked on a stage during a management seminar and he said, "You don't know what you don't know." And I said, duh. Think about that. You don't know what you don't know. In our industry, what you don't know could be devastating going forward. So we got to be in the know. I've always said you don't have to be sick to get better. You don't have to be sick to get better. You can start great and even get greater. Think of all the athletes. They train every day. They are the best at what they do, and yet they're still training. They're still getting better. And that's what we have to do. We have, as collision repair shop owners and managers, we have to know we can get better. I met a man a long time ago named John Meisenbaum. He had a statement that he said, when you present a man with a new idea, some of them growl, some of them procrastinate, some of them think it'll never work. But he always said the lucky ones embrace it. That's what I want you to be today. I want you to hear these ideas that are coming at you 10 minutes at a time, and I want you to embrace every one of them. I want you to sit there and think, how can I put this to work in my shop, in my environment? Not just in the shop, but in your life, in your family. All the things you do reflect back, and that's very, very important. Tomorrow. John Wayne said tomorrow is the most important thing in life. It comes to us at midnight very clean. It's perfect when it arrives, and it puts itself in our hands. It hopes we've learned something from yesterday. Tomorrow. Everything's going to happen tomorrow. What are you going to do tomorrow to make your life better for the future? Gentlemen, ladies, ideas are a dime a dozen. Ideas are a dime a dozen. But the person who puts them into action, it's priceless. It's the person that puts them into action that is priceless. Aaron, let's get some new ideas up here.